to survive the tough times. How do you come up with a financial plan that helps you to manage your finances during the tough times? This is the video that you need to be watching because I've been through those tough times. And in the previous video, I talked about how I navigated those feelings of self doubt, those feelings that come and you begin to feel like you're a failure. You begin to feel like, why is this happening to me? Why is this unfair? How come other people are okay and yet I'm not okay? What can I do to get better? But then again, everything I'm trying to do is not working out. And then you begin to feel hopeless, you feel lost, you feel broken, you feel devastated. You try speaking to people and you just get tired of talking because no matter what you say, nothing changes. You try reaching out to find help from the people around you, and they help you to a point where you feel like these people are tired of me always being in this situation and always asking for help, and you feel so broken and helpless. I'm here to help you to come to accept the situation. This situation is temporary and it happens. It's not the first time in the history of mankind that financial toughness has been. For centuries, human beings have gone through the Great Depression, they've gone through periods of epidemics, pandemics, but we got through it. And that encourages me and lets me know how strong we really are. Because in the situation, for example, when the pandemic hit, it was really tough. But somehow we made it through. And that's the courage I have to know that irrespective of how tough this situation is, you are going to make it through. You're wired to be tough and you can overcome this. So if you did not watch that first video, please go back and check it out. It is really loaded with encouragement for you. And so today I want us to take stock of the finances. What are your incomes at this moment? Probably there might be none, but there could be something small, even if it's small, even if it's just once in a while, that is coming in from a side hustle, from a struggling business, or from a friend that is trying to help you. We're going to take stock of everything, that income and the expenses. What are we spending on? Is it money to transport yourself to a certain location? Is it food? Is it bills? Is it a necessity? These things that you're spending on, take stock of them. I will be sending you a free budget sample, but in case you're not able to have that, you can still get a notebook and write down what your incomes are and what your expenses are, what your debts are, and what your savings are. Probably at this time, you might have burned through half of your savings or all of them. I understand that happens in a time like this, but it's important to be honest with yourself. Be honest and understand how much are you in debt. It's important to face those numbers without judgment. Remember, we talked about treating yourself with compassion, and self compassion is so important at this time. Now, after assessing your situation to get to know where you fall with these above categories, then learn to prioritize your expenses. How do we do this? You need to be able to differentiate between needs and wants. Needs are things that you absolutely cannot go without. If you don't have them in your life, then your life cannot carry on. For example, medication. If you it's a need, because if you don't get the medication, then your health is in jeopardy and your life is at risk. That is a need. Food is a need, because if you don't have the food that you need, then you're going to starve and still affect your health or lead to your death. But there are also things that are wants, like I want a new dress. I want a new dress for this party that I'm going to because I want to look presentable. And yes, as much as in the moment it feels important, it is not an urgent need, because you might have other clothes that you can use. You might have other resources, like maybe more than one, that for now, because of the financial crisis and the financial situation, this, remember, is a survival plan. Survival meaning that, like, you're just getting by at this point, and it's a period of scarcity. So, in this period of scarcity, identify which ones are the needs and which ones are the wants, and then begin to eliminate those expenses that are non-essential. If it's something that you wanted, like to, like, for example, the example that I gave, getting a new dress, and you realize that it's a want, then you can put it off and say, when I am more stable financially, then I can get this new dress. And also figure out, what can I do to replace? If I can't get this new dress, what can I do? Maybe I have a friend that I can borrow a dress from just for this time. Remember, we're in a period of scarcity, and it's important to accept the fact that you're in this season. Of course, the denial will come and be like, nah, this is just temporary. And yes, that is great to know that it's temporary, but it's important to accept the fact that you're in this difficult situation, and this season too shall pass. And then you're going to now come up with a simple budget. I'm going to provide for you a downloadable budget template in the link in the description. You can just click it and you'll be able to get it. And in this budget template, you'll be able to only put your needs at the moment and not the wants. For now, just for the season, that is going to pass as well. So feel free to get it and do one thing today. Start with one thing today. Take a small step. I know it feels overwhelming. I know it feels like, why am I doing this? Like, it's suffocating, but just take one small step, one day at a time. And if a day is so huge for you to go through right now, just take it 1 hour at a time. And if an hour at a time is too much, just take it 1 minute at a time. And if 1 minute at a time is still too much, just take it 1 second at a time. But you will get through this one step at a time. Remember, I love you, and you're going to get through this. Bye bye.